$22.79 for a booster pack. After eBay tax, that's going to end up being like $26, or $240 for 12 booster packs. That's going to end up being like $260 or $270. I feel like this is just a product for suckers. What's up, everybody? If you see the Scalding Tarn background, you know that we're about to talk about MTG Finance. Today we're talking about Theros Beyond Death Collector's Boosters. Before we get into the video, if you're interested in Pioneer, Standard, Historic, Brawl, that kind of stuff on MTG Arena, you're interested in MTG Finance like today, or you want to just watch us open some booster packs, consider clicking like, clicking subscribe. It's the best way to support the channel as we continue to grow. We're going to talk about a product today, Theros Beyond Death. Let's go ahead and throw the $250 mark. That's going to be about how much it costs for this sealed product. I gotta tell you, I'm not super high on this. There's a product that's like this. It's like in history when they say, if we don't learn from our past, we're condemned to repeat it. I don't know who said that, but I'm sure it was somebody. I know that my history teacher definitely said it. Let's just talk about this. Let's get into it, okay? Are you ready to come on this journey? You're here, right? Okay. All right, so here we are. This is the price of Theros Beyond Death Collector's Boosters. Let's go ahead and talk about what's in this, all right? This is the most important thing because I'm sure people are interested. If you haven't seen, this is what it is. Theros Beyond Death Collector's Booster contents: 8 foil common or uncommon or basic lands, 1 card from the ancillary Theros Beyond Death product, which could be themed booster rares, Planeswalker decks, exclusive cards, or the Buy a Box promo, 1 rare or mythic with extended art frame. Ooh, it's an extended art frame! 1 foil rare or mythic. Cool. Foil rare or mythic. 1 Saga Constellation Showcase card or borderless Planeswalker card. 1 foil Constellation Showcase card or borderless Planeswalker card. 2 foil basic lands that are these new, there's some polarizing opinions on these, but the new Showcase Nyx lands. And 1 foil double-sided token nobody cares. So up here, this is going to give you an idea of like some of the art on these cards. And I think that this is a product where, you know, you're spending $22 to $25 on a pack, depending on where you go. Some local game stores are going to mark it up. After tax, it's going to be like $26 or $27. In some cases, it's going to be like a $30 booster pack. So when you're spending $30 on something, you're like, you should expect you're going to get something good out of this. Well, what we can learn from this product, and I'm going to be completely honest here. I think if you get lucky, you get lucky, just like any kind of booster pack. But if you don't get lucky, it's going to feel way worse not getting lucky out of a $30 booster pack than it does out of a standard $4 booster pack out of the normal set. So you may be saying, Jake, I think you're being kind of hard on this product. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. Well, I'm going to compare it to Throne of Eldraine. And I'm just over here on Card Kingdom. I want to just go ahead and use this. But these are examples of the extended art frame. This is one of the main appeals. All right, so let's go ahead and just go to foils. And we'll sort by price high to low. All right, I'm just going to walk you through this. Because for me, as a collector, I think it's important that I share with you what I'm doing, and I'm just one opinion. You can take it or leave it. But I think a lot of the time, Magic players want to know what other players are doing. And I don't think I'm alone in avoiding the new Theros Beyond Death Collector's Boosters. I only bought a few of the Throne of Eldraine Collector's Boosters. And right now, we're looking at the top of the line. So let's say you're buying the sealed product for $250, or after tax $260, but for the sake of the video, let's say $250, okay? So with a $250 budget, you could just straight up come in here and buy foil Oko, and foil Fabled Passage, and then still have a couple things left over, or some money left over. A couple things left over. In this instance, things being dollars. So you could buy the Holy Grail of pulls, which is the foil borderless Oko, and then you could buy the the Holy Chalice of pulls, which would be Fabled Passage extended art foil. Or you could go down here and you could get really unlucky. And we're going past all of the extended art foils. And keep in mind, you only get like 2 to 4 of the foils per sealed box of 12 packs. Okay, so you're getting 12 packs in this. And you could get kind of unlucky and you could pull foil extended art Sorcerer's Spyglass. Or you could get really unlucky and you could pull foil Ironcrag Feet. Or you could get even more unlucky. You could pull Clackbridge Troll or Folio of Fancies or Doom Foretold. Are you getting... This is the point, is that there's just so much variance that when it comes to a high price tag like this, you just have to think about these kind of things. And there's going to be certain channels, certain big influential channels that are going to make it seem like, oh no, Theros is going to be different. And I don't think it is. I think there's plenty of people that see this and are waking up to it. And I follow this kind of discussion on MTG Finance. I know that that's a taboo subject in this community, but I just want to put my thoughts out there. So these were all the foils. Now let's get into that extended art frame that you're guaranteed to get. Let's get into that, because that's another big appeal. So let's just go into singles, and we're going to sort by price high to low. All right, so you got the showcase foil Brazen Borrower. That's great. And then you have Oko, and then you have Great Henge, Fabled Passage, Questing Beast, Embercleave, and then, whoa, it really starts to drop off after that. Now we're looking at, okay, $10 cards, $8 cards, $9 cards, not bad. But now 5, 4. And these are like good cards, Fires of Invention. These are like Wishclaw Talisman. And even though it's like cards that are cool, like this has fun EDH playability. Wicked Wolf is a card that dominated Standard. The extended frame of it is like $3.50. And we're still looking at it. We're all the way down to $2 extended art frame cards coming out of your $25 booster pack. And we're not even past all of them yet. $1.49 for an extended frame card. 99 cents for an extended frame card. So you can see, and then we get into all the cool showcase cards that are 50 cents or 30 cents. You could literally go in with $250 and you could just buy up all of this. You would just have tons of EDH cards or whatever you want them for. It's just something to think about. But Theros Beyond Death is going to be different. It has gods. It has demigods. It has a lot of EDH general potential. Sure. But does it even have a card that you would consider to be the Holy Grail, which is your Oko? A card that dominated multiple formats, has been banned in multiple formats. It doesn't even have that, in my opinion. It doesn't even have the chase card, like the best possible card to put into your cube, the Oko Thief of Crowns. And there's still cool legendary creatures in this set. But what I'm getting at is, for a $250 price point to get 12 booster packs, you could get really unlucky. And I've seen them online. There are plenty of channels that have opened up crappy collector's boosters. But let's go back over here. Let's look at it again. You're getting foil, commons, and uncommons. You're getting 8 premium foils. Well, certainly we should go over and look at that, right? Let's compare it. Let's go compare it to Throne of Eldraine foil prices, because Throne of Eldraine did a similar thing. All right, let's look at these Throne of Eldraine foil commons and uncommons. Let's go low to high. Look at all these cards for 25 cents. And that's a premium price because this is Card Kingdom. Most foils aren't going to fetch that much of a price. So you're going to get a bunch of chafe. I don't think we really need to drive this point home anymore. There's like a couple foil uncommons and commons. This set had Mystic Sanctuary. This set had Drown in the Loch. But for the most part, as you can see, for pages and pages and pages, because these cards were printed into oblivion, no commons or uncommons are holding a price point above 25 cents. Now we're into 35 cents. We're starting to see, like, Order of Midnight, excellent card, printed into oblivion. It's 35 cents. We're still going. We're still at 35 cents. We're up to 39 cents for something cool like Tournament Grounds. 39 cents. Now we're at the rares. 50 cents. 50 cents. You're guaranteed to get a foil rare. Cool. 50-cent rare. So by this point, you should be starting to see, wait a minute, I could buy a $25 pack and get $5 worth of cards? Yes, and it happens more than you think. We're passing Thrill of Possibility, great card. Wish Claw Talisman. This was a card that people were like, oh my gosh, 99 cents. Cauldron Familiar, $1.50. So that's like a premium uncommon. Fervent Champion, $1.50. All of these rares that were passing, Yorvo, Charming Prince, Dance of the Manse, Outlaw's Merriment, Mythic, $2. You could take $250 and just come in here and pretty much buy copies of everything. Fires of Invention. That was a card that was played at Mythic Championship. $3. I mean, Robber of the Rich. $3. It's a Mythic. These cards were printed into oblivion, and the rares and the foils hold no value. Murderous Rider, one of the most anticipated cards out of the set, is $8. And if you think that Theros Beyond Death is going to be different, no, you're so wrong. But this is the problem with the Magic community, is everyone thinks that, like, for some reason this new thing is going to be different, this new shiny thing is going to be different, this new constellation is going to be different. Double-sided token we're not going to talk about, but I think this is worth talking about. We're going to talk about the Foil Showcase Nyx lands. Let's go ahead and take a look at these. Wait a minute, this is not it. Oh, there they are. Okay. Well, here they are. That's kind of cool. Every single collector's booster is going to have 2 of them. You want to see something that I think is kind of cool as well? These are Battle for Zendikar full art foil basic lands. $2.67 after shipping. After eBay tax, probably about $3. I think that these are more attractive than these new Theros lands. I don't think that these are necessarily bad artwork. I just think that, I mean, you know what? I think that this is probably the best step in the right direction for these packs. I don't think these are going to hold a premium. These are obviously not going to pay for the price of the pack. There's going to be so many of them, and there's going to be tons of them on the market. And I think that some people will want them, but I think they fulfill a very small niche. I think a lot of people are going to prefer, you know, like, lots of players prefer to have the old alpha and beta basics. Some people like the unlimited ones. For me, particularly, I just like these full art foils from Battle for Zendikar. I love the full art land, but I also feel like these borders are more so in the spirit of Magic than these. I think that this also is the kind of thing that's going to appeal to people that do like Pokemon trading card game, or people that are looking to swap up their mana base. It's the kind of thing like when you have like the unstable lands. Let's go to unstable really quick and talk about that. Price plus shipping, high to low. And then you'll see that other than whatever this card is, everything thingamajig, the most expensive cards in the set are the Island, Swamp, and Forest. But these are very beautiful cards that are just, there is no border on them. It's another kind of thing that I think fulfills a certain kind of niche. I think there's some people that really, really love these, and there's other people that don't like them so much. I think that's a minority. But I think when you compare these lands with these, now these are all going to be foil, and we need to see how they look. But I'm not super into it. I'm not super into it, but that's just my opinion. And I don't think that this is good enough reason to justify a $25 price point on these collector's boosters. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and look at the Theros Beyond Death pre-sale prices, and these definitely I would not pay any of these prices at all. These are going to be opened in mass, and these prices are going to plummet. Because you could have looked at these prices on these showcase cards and these extended art cards, and you could have been like, Jake, you don't know what you're talking about. I've seen those cards, and they are way higher in price than Throne of Eldraine variants. And that's just how this always works. So the extended art frames look pretty much the same. That's exactly what we can expect. But the constellations are like, they're pretty cool. I passed by all of them, I think. Let's just, Here's one of the constellations for Heliod Sun-Crowned. That's pretty cool. And that is strikingly different than the showcase cards that were the storybook frames in Throne of Eldraine. But it's just a new kind of gimmick. And I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just Wizards of the Coast is known for switching it up. In Battle for Zendikar, they had expeditions. In Kaladesh, they had masterpieces. And the frames are very different. It's all in the eye of the beholder. But just because it's got this new constellation that looks neat doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to prefer that art or that frame. So all of these prices are super inflated. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about this today. There is a very good chance that if you spend $250 on one of these boxes, that you're not going to get anywhere near that price. And that goes without saying. That's like a lot of booster boxes are like that. But you only have 12 packs. I want to talk about OG box toppers, okay? Because everybody's going to be looking at these cards and they're going to be like, did you see the Nyx Lotus box topper? Did you see this other box topper? All right, so here we go. Ultimate box toppers. These were the OG box toppers. They came out during Ultimate Masters, which they were previewed because Guilds of Ravnica Mythic Edition did so poorly that the people that were involved in the debacle got a random card sent to them in the mail. And I will tell you, I sold my Tarmogoyf Ultimate Masters box topper for $470. The one that I got as an apology for the Guilds of Ravnica debacle. I sold it for $470. And that was the pre-sale. We were just talking about pre-sales. And you can buy a near mint one. The exact copy that I sold for $470, you can buy for $119.99. I know that on eBay we can even find it for less. Let's go ahead and look at it really quick, and then I'm going to make this point. There it is. Box topper foil, near mint, unplayed, $94.99. I sold mine for $470. So that's how pre-sales work. I sold my card before it was released on the market for $470. Now you can buy the card for $94.95. That's just how this works. In the beginning, when a new set comes out in Magic the Gathering, it's the flavor of the week. And everybody is speculating and brewing and theory crafting their deck. And so they're buying cards that are expensive and overpriced. I've done it before. I've bought tons of cards that were overpriced, and then later on the price is, a fourth of what I paid for it, and I'm just like, oh, well, that's how it goes. And so that's where it comes back to the history lesson, which is if we don't learn from the past, we're condemned to repeat it. But Magic the Gathering is a luxury item. This is something that's not regulated. It's just these prices are these prices, and that's what happens. Supply and demand. When you have something like Pioneer come out, a Jund staple like Tarmogoyf just kind of like falls to the wayside. And this art is strikingly different than all of the other Tarmogoyf art. I think the art is really cool. Some people don't like the art. Again, that is in the eye of the beholder. So we've made our point about the Tarmogoyf, and now we're here to talk about the OG box toppers, which were in Ultimate Masters. These are cards that are tried and true. Liliana of the Veil, Cavern of Souls, Snapcaster Mage, Karn, Mana Vault, Tarmogoyf, Demonic Tutor, Urborg, Bitter Blossom, Ancient Tomb, Noble Hierarch, the list goes on and on and on. These are cards that are tested. They're in an Ultimate Masters set because they're very good cards. These, to me, are not box toppers. Even though the pre-sale price makes it seem like they are, none of these cards are tested. We don't know if any of these cards are good. Which of these cards is a Snapcaster Mage? Which of these cards is Liliana of the Veil quality? I mean, come on. All of this is overpriced right now, but is Temple of Enlightenment as good as Cavern of Souls? These are incognito box toppers because Wizards of the Coast established in the past that box toppers are cool with Ultimate Masters, so they replicated that treatment and now they put it on standard cards. I don't consider any of these foil extended art frames in a standard set to be box topper quality. They look like a box topper, but it's just standard rares in a extended frame. So as a Magic player, I think it's important to know that difference. To be able to look at something and say, well, am I buying something that's truly good, that's going to benefit my collection, or am I just paying a premium for a bunch of standard rares in an extended frame, in a foil treatment, that I've shown you the prices are going to go down. You know what? I'm going to show you one more card, and then we're going to end the video. This is Murderous Rider Showcase. The foil version of this has a market price of $12.65. I paid $35 for one, but I remember pre-sales selling for around $45 to $50. And now this card that has Pioneer playability and Standard playability in foil now sits at $12.65. And that's just because as cards come out, people test them, and certain cards end up being good, certain cards end up being bad. But sometimes there's just so many cards on the market that the price just kind of sits. And when this card rotates out of Standard, do you think it's going to get more expensive? No. No, it shan't. It shorn't. It shall not. So yeah, if you got $250 and you just want to crack some packs and have fun, I would say go for it. Alright, well here we are. We're back at the Scalding Tarn background. And just some final thoughts. I'm sure you're wondering, Jake, is it worth it? Well, if you couldn't tell by the video, I don't think it is. For $250, I think you could do a lot more for your collection buying specific singles. This isn't a normal booster box. You get 1/3 of the packs. Sure, you get a bunch of foils, but most of it is going to be chafe. You're going to get a lot of cards that are ultimately going to plummet in price. So if you do buy one of these and you buy it early and you have a bunch of cards that are worth a lot of money, I would move them right off the bat, right in the beginning, while people are still excited about them. Because in the future, the prices on the bulk of the cards that you open from these collector's boosters are going to go down in price. And that's just based on history. If for some reason this ends up being like the last Magic set in the world and I don't know, a big meteor comes to hit Earth and everything changes, then yeah, sure, I'll be wrong. But most likely, I won't be. So proceed with caution. I would say take the $250, buy singles. So who wants this product? That's an important question. And I think the people that are going to want this product are going to be people that are either new players or people that are trying to rebuild a collection or people that are, just trying to build a collection. People that don't have a lot of experience buying singles and they see this and they go, wow, that's so much value. There are so many cool cards and cool variants. But $250 is a high price point. When you buy, you could, instead of buying 4 of these packs, you could buy a box of Theros Beyond Death. These current products, these current collector's products that we need to, as a community, be cautious moving forward. Because there is little to be gained on spending $250, and there's a lot to be lost just based on the prices that I'm looking at. Even if you were to buy one of those Throne of Eldraine collector's booster boxes, you could have 11 packs that are awful, that net you maybe $50 in cards, and then you could pull the foil Oko or the foil Fabled Passage, and still you're only sitting on $170 or $180 worth of cards when you paid $250 to $260. So just because you pull one card that's good doesn't mean that you're getting your money back. Wizards of the Coast has figured out a good price point. Hasbro has figured out a good price point. With all of these Mythic editions, with all of these premium products, they are conditioning the consumers to be willing to spend more on packs. The products that are being created are specific, and the people that are buying them, they think that the money's there. And as a collector, as somebody who does collect, who has a huge collection, it just doesn't really appeal to me. I don't see these products as something that are going to be generally a big addition moving forward, because there's so many different variants now. From me to you, I might buy one of these packs just for fun, but I definitely won't be spending $250 on a box.